That it doesn't work for me. I gotta have more cowbell.
Don't blow this for us, Gene!
Quit being so selfish, Gene.
Can I just say one thing?
Say it, baby, just say it.
I'm standing here staring at rock legend Bruce Dickinson.
The cock and the walk, baby.
And if Bruce Dickinson wants more cowbell, we should probably give him more cowbell.
Say it, baby.
And Bobby, you are right, I am being selfish. But the last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
And I'd be doing myself a disservice and every member of this band if I didn't perform the hell out of this.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Thank you, Bruce. But I think if I just leave and maybe I'll come back later and we can lay down the cowbell.
Come on, baby.
Gene, wait! Why don't you lay down that cowbell right now? With us. Together.
And live from New York, it's Big Orange Couch, the 90s Nickelodeon podcast where we talk about all things 90s Nickelodeon. My name's Joey.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Allie.
And this is Patreon episode number 4.
Number 5, Andrew.
Oh, number 5.
You skip you skip the Oscar party.
We're doing our SNL draft.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like giddy about this episode. I'm so excited about this episode. Allie, you suggested it. What kind of made you want to do it?
Oh, yeah. For me, what inspired it was how you guys have handled your draft episodes so far. And they were really, intriguing to me because it's kind of the first idea I've heard of this concept. And then where would this be applicable? And where one would Big Orange Couch, enjoy doing as well. And yeah, SNL seemed like a perfect one for this. Like there's so much to choose from.
Yeah.
And be strategic.
Yeah, I feel like SNL is kind of just this thing that exists that everybody individually gets attached to. Like whether you know it or not, like you become attached to either these characters or these actors, and
yeah,
you know what I mean. Like it's just
it's definitely a cultural important thing. It feels like like even when it's bad, it still feels sort of enjoyable to watch.
Oh yeah.
Or it's at least talked about. Like,
Yeah. Our friend Chris has really recently not recently, the last few years has gotten really back into it. And that's, I think, helped me maybe stay a little fresh because it's like, well, maybe talk to Chris about it on Sunday. Or Andrew, have you kept up with it?
No, I have not. I mean, every once in a while I'll run into it for half an hour or something, but I haven't watched a full episode in a long time, actually.
Okay. So probably not a lot of like new cast.
No, not a lot of new cast.
What about you, Allie? Have you kept up with it? What's like your story with SNL?
Yeah, I grew up loving it. Like I'd watch it on Comedy Central reruns, like religiously. I kept up with it at, late 90s through 2000s, bought all the like best of box sets, whatever. I feel like today I've lost a lot of faith in the show because it is all just one joke. And that, it's funny that we used to say these things that are so like bad now, or like the whole cancel culture. They seem to have leaned in way into like, it's funny that cancel culture exists.
Yeah.
And that's like the most reoccurring joke and bit of all of it. I will say there's a brand new cast member and I don't want to give it away, but I only seek out their work.
Hmm.
So
Okay. I mean, I have a list of. Let me check here. I got a list of 37 names. Obviously, we can only pick. Well, we'll get into the rules here,
Yeah.
but I won't need that many. But yeah, I mean, I don't know who yours is, but I have a current cast member I love as well, which is good. You always want at least someone to cheer for. Yeah, so I have two older sisters, and my oldest sister in particular would record episodes of Saturday Night Live on on VHS tapes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like there's like a batch of early 90s SNL episodes that I like know inside out, and probably form a bias as far as the time period I most enjoy.
I'm like wondering how I'm going to get out of 90s and 2000s.
Yeah, exactly. Should I
just Dreamcast it? I don't
know. Well, Allie, do you want to walk us through the rules a little bit? Because we kind of spitballed and we landed kind of, I think, somewhere we were happy.
Yeah, I also have like some questions too.
Sure.
That might set the rules better. But yeah, we talked about doing snake draft. I liked that format where it was sort of like first person gets the first pick, then the third person gets 2 picks and works its way back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then, SNL guilty of being not very diverse. So, at some point we have to pick at least one person of color and one female cast member. Although as I was making my list, I didn't really think it was going to be a problem.
Yeah.
But, and then of course we're all going to pick one Weekend Update host.
Yep.
One host and one musical act.
Exactly.
Wondering, do we leave those up for pick whenever?
Oh, I think so.
Okay.
Hey, Andrew, what do you think?
I'm giving it away. We're all after the same Weekend Update host. I am mad. But strategically, how do we go for them, right?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. With whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew, if you want to pick musical act first, that's cool.
Okay.
I do have a question about the musical act and host.
Okay.
Do they have to be somebody that's hosted and performed before, or are you hosting a new episode with your cast and you can pick whoever you want?
Oh, I definitely based it off of what existed.
Who's existed? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's fair. I guess who would be your pick then for host?
Do you want to do that as like its own little category, like a dream host or dream music?
Right. I like there's somebody distinct in mind that would be like who's never hosted who absolutely should. But I also like there are several people I have like who have hosted before that I would absolutely bring in again. So it's a weird one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna need time to think on it, but we could probably. Yeah. I think we should talk about it.
Okay.
As we go through.
Do we want to pick a Ferguson?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
You have to draft a Ferguson.
I had actually thought of I think my Fergusons will get drafted, so maybe I'll just mention it.
Oh wow,
if they do.
Huh. You have multiple Fergusons?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I have one.
Oh, you said okay. Fine.
I could think of many, but no, yeah, I'm okay with a Ferguson. Yeah. Okay, so it'll work 10 picks. Each of us get 10 cast members, a host, a musical act, and an anchor.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking before we even got into it, like, do you guys have any favorite Saturday Night Live sketches? Like sketches that are very dear to you?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I don't want to necessarily give too much away.
You want to hold on to them. I mean, it's not like we can't steal from each other.
I mean, I can throw a couple out there that just like maybe won't affect my picks very much.
I thought of this too, actually, Andrew. Like,
yeah.
Oh,
like I don't want to give you guys ideas.
Yeah,
trust me, I have my ideas. But I like that. You know what? Let's start with sketches that you feel do not jeopardize your draft.
Okay. Just to mention a couple, Goat Boy, classic, always loved. That's Jim Brewer.
Oh, Goat Boy.
Yeah.
That's
Just
a
so
good one.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Also, we weren't around for any of the original 10 seasons or whatever, but I always loved the Bill Murray lounge singer, like Star Wars.
Oh my gosh.
sketch.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Star Wars to the theme of what is it? Star Wars.
Star- Yeah, he's
Yeah,
just
it's
like
brilliant.
putting words to the
Yeah, yeah. Okay. What about you, Allie?
Mentioning the Bill Murray lounge singer made me think of Space Pants. Just with Peter Dinklage was so good. There's a few I had that I wrote out that I didn't think like jeopardized too much, but recently Black Jeopardy absolutely killed me when Tom Hanks hosted it. Brilliant.
Yeah, that was very
Yeah, that was a very good sketch.
I also like, something weird, Sprockets. Always
Oh yeah.
was my fancy.
Yep.
yeah.
I watched today the Jeffries sketch where with Will Ferrell where he pulls out that little mini phone.
Yes.
And then also a reoccurring one that I loved was Will Ferrell and Anna Gasteyer, who are like the singers in like any
Yeah.
setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
And Will Ferrell as also inside the actor studio, just so good.
Yeah.
I had Caveman Lawyer is one of my all-time favorites.
Ugh.
And then go ahead.
No, that's it. So good.
It's so good.
Just a caveman.
And then oh god, I love Phil Hartman. He's so good.
Yeah.
Everything he does, and yeah, Simpsons too. Just and then one that I just absolutely love because my wife makes me watch the actual show they're making fun of, but Bill Hader is Keith Morrison.
Yes.
Oh my man, does that just hit the right spot?
It's so good.
And the fact that he's like an actual super fan of Dateline, like, oh no. Oh, it just destroys me. So good.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh boy. Well, without rooting my list, I don't know how I do it. One I'll say is Round Ball Rock, featuring Tim Robinson and Jason Sudeikis, where they make up words to the NBA on NBC theme. Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it.
So good.
The other one I'd really shout out that I don't think jeopardizes my list is Main Justice. You guys know this one?
Yes, I know I've heard you talk about it. I'm sure I've watched it, but
yeah, it's Jason Sudeikis as a judge in Maine.
Oh,
but
God,
everybody in the court talks like they're from Louisiana.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Of course, a classic, David S. Pumpkins, kind of in recent history, is a great one. Yeah, I'll save these other ones for when we get to our picks.
I imagine too when we pick a draft, a cast member will reflect a little bit.
Yeah, for
on
sure.
from their stuff. I have just a couple quick questions.
Yes.
Are we considering talent of scope outside of their tenure at SNL?
Oh, good question. I'm not.
Okay, I'm not either. I was like just their SNL tenure and abilities.
I didn't
Okay.
really think about it.
Yeah, because there's, just to shout out Gilbert Godfrey, Chris Rock, Ben Stiller, Damon Wayans, Anthony Michael Hall, Chris Elliott, Janine Garofalo, Sarah Silverman, Tim Robinson. Like, there's a ton of amazingly funny people
Lily
who were,
Dreyfus.
yes, who were not that impactful on SNL.
And then my other question would be: have you considered like roles? And also if they're subjective or objective, like the straight character, the high energy weirdo, like have you or are you just going just want my top 10 favorite people I've ever seen on the show? Like, what are you considering, like building how the cast would actually interact with each other?
Allie, I treated this like a science project. Absolutely, I did. I, yes, considered everything. Impressionists. I think is really
Yeah.
important to have someone who's that versatile. I think I really want someone strange. Every cast kind of needs its
Yeah.
oddball. So yeah, I'd like to make it as complete as possible, but again, a lot of those people I think gravitate towards the top, and I'm gonna have to accept that you guys are going to break my heart a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about a balanced cast at all.
Okay.
I
You're just like my top 10.
yeah.
I almost like the thought of Andrew like putting so little thought into this that his list will accidentally be like people from Mad TV or something. Like Will Sasso.
I didn't even realize
Oh,
they
Will.
were
Will Sasso. Or Michael McDonald.
Yeah, or Andy Daly, my personal favorite. Yeah. Go ahead.
That did bring up just a random question. Was other favorite sketch shows?
Yeah.
Great question. Stella, which was a 1-season show on Comedy Central starring Michael Ian Black, Michael Showalter, and David Wayne. It's not sketch hardcore, but it's like in the vein of Upright Citizens Brigade.
Sure.
Absolutely. Kids in the Hall, right, Andrew?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The State.
Oh my God.
All those
Yeah.
any sketch show that any of like the State people did.
Yeah. Allie, I think you know that I have an obsession with I Think You Should Leave.
You and me both.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you ever want to do a Patreon on like season 3 comes out May 30th.
May
so
30th.
If we want to rank
Let's do it.
1 through 3.
We should do a either a draft or an auction for sketches.
Okay, please involve me. It is my favorite show. I mean, it is the smartest show and available. I think I've seen seasons 1 and 2 probably like 28 times. Like,
oh my gosh, yeah.
I can't stop watching it.
Yes,
and it's all based on the premise of somebody going, "What?"
Like many people in my life know that I pretty much text just with "I think you should leave" gifts.
Yeah,
like my responses to most things is just Tim. I have a folder on my phone just called Tim, and it's just Tim Robinson gifts.
That's great. Outside of "I Think You Should Leave," Mr. Show comes to mind.
Oh yeah.
And then Kids in the Hall has always been like my my heart with like sketch comedy. I just love it so much.
Yeah.
So are you guys going to go after Mark McKinney?
I wrote him down just as a fall off. Like,
wouldn't even be my number one in Kids in the Hall.
Break for emergency. Yeah. No, yeah, that's an interesting question. Now, Allie, you have some background with comedy, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You've started doing some. How's it been going?
It's going good. I started last December. I did my first open mic, and I've done 7 now.
Okay,
wow.
And that's where I'm at, and I'm taking a class right now, which is going very, very well. Like so helpful. Nice. So yeah, I'm gonna keep at it, keep doing open mics, and then see where it leads.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
Andrew, any stand up?
Haven't done it. Nope.
I don't think we've had any like close friends who've done it, right?
One person I can think of. They haven't been on here or anything. Okay. But not nobody that I know that's like taking it really seriously.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've never. Well, actually, I did try it in college. Probably like under the influence. And I don't think I was good at it. But I did do long form improv. In fact, at my college, I co-founded the group that still exists for long form improv.
Wow.
And so,
do you like show up?
Did you have a terrible improv name?
You know what? I actually think our group name's pretty good. Like it still exists, but I think it's pretty good actually. The logo stinks. And I thought the group was dead, but someone sent me a link to their Instagram a couple weeks ago, so I feel very proud that like this thing still exists. But they kept the same exact logo and font that we used when I was in college, and it just looks atrocious. So that would be my only advice. I don't reach out or anything, but Yeah. So okay, hold on. So I want to make sure this is fair. I have my order generator. If you guys have any doubts, I'm recording my screen. If
Yeah,
you
does
want,
anybody want to go first? I do not want to go first.
I do not. I want
all.
third.
You don't want to go third? You're worried that much?
No,
about
no,
your top two?
no. I want to go third.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm in the same boat as you.
Yeah, I want 2 picks in a row. So okay, hold on. Turn the sound on here. I'm gonna hit the slot machine. Oh no, it's me. Oh wait, no, it's Allie. It's Allie. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, Allie.
This is so heartbreaking.
That was such a funny
Yeah.
way to do it. Oh no!
Yeah.
Well, it looked like it stopped on my name, and then it did that little like Price is Right, like just one more tick. All right, here we go.
Oh, we're not keeping that one. That's only fun. Oh, you and Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I picked second. Okay. Andrew, you got that beloved third pick. Oh man, second blows. Okay, all right.
This is
all right, Andrew.
I wasn't even sure on my first pick, to be completely honest. Like, I was really hoping that like one of y'all would like just knock out a couple for me, and then I'd feel good about my first pick. And now I'm like heartbroken.
I'm sorry.
Here we go.
No, I mean, this is terrible. This is terrible. Man, you guys are gonna kill me. All right, here we go.
All right.
There may be swearing patrons if there's kids in the room. All right, for your first pick here.
Yeah, I'm torn between my top 3. You know, I narrowed it down to a top 3.
Yeah. And
of these 3, man,
this is good podcasting here.
Because it's gonna break my heart so much if I don't have him in there.
There's no way.
Yeah,
there's gonna be 3 or 4 picks.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I think I have to go with my number 1 pick is Bill Hader.
Wow, that really shocked me.
¿Qué pasa, Diego? Tell me, what happened?
What can I say? I like to kill.
Kill like a comedian at the Apollo?
No, like murder.
So
I waited for Elroy, and when I saw him, I took a machete.
Oh, you gotta.
And I hacked him to death. And I'm the one who did it.
Yeah. Diego confessed, but let's ignore that. Because this is an hour show, so we've got to stretch this out. And because it's Dateline, there's only one photo to use. There it is again, floating downward.
It's a good pick.
I can't not have him in my cast.
Yeah. I mean,
he's too good as an impressionist, as a straight, as Stefan alone just destroys me.
He is like a great all-around guy. I mean, like everything he does is at least very interesting.
You mentioned Keith Morrison, which is my personal favorite Bill Hader thing. What else Bill Hader do you love?
Stefan, I love the puppet sketch.
Oh yeah.
Even like the bit that the Entertainment Tonight host is so good.
Yeah.
But his ability to do impressions. Also the old man anchor guy, like where he's like the oblivious old guy who's interviewing people on the news. Yeah, and then his ability to do impressions is I think he's the best impressionist on the whole series.
Wow. He's great.
I would shout out the Californians.
Yeah, of course, right? Californians is great. And what I love, his Vincent Price too.
Oh, yes.
But also I love a cast member who can't keep it together. You know, I think it adds to the show, and he's one of them.
Yeah. He's
breaks my heart.
He's just so good. Andrew, did you make a list or anything, Andrew? Where would he have
yeah,
been?
I've got a loose list. He was very close to the top. I mean, I didn't put him in necessarily in order, but just on my loose thing.
I was wondering, like, would I get him to 5th, like when I get my next pick or whatever? And I didn't know. So
I had him at 18.
Wow.
Jeez.
Sorry. I like him a lot. I just like all these people.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Okay. I know. Oh God. He's not gonna make it back to me. More good podcasting here. Okay. I have to do it. I'm going to take, for my weekend update anchor, Norm Macdonald.
Wow.
Well, let's get to OJ. OJ Simpson's lawyers say they don't want the families of Nicole Brown and Ronald Goldman in the courtroom during the trial. They're afraid the presence of the family members will just remind OJ of how much more killing he still has to do. Well, O.J. Simpson's lawyers stopped feuding this week, finally. The Dream Team, F. Lee Bailey and Robert Shapiro, were able to put aside their differences and express their admiration for each other after O.J. threatened to cut their heads off.
Okay.
Is that my number? That's not my real number one. Norm would probably be like, he might be in my top 10, but like, but I this is, I guess, a slight to the rest of the update people, but nobody comes close to me. And you know what? With Norm, you get Burt Reynolds, you get David Letterman, you get Bob Dole. Oh my God, Norm as Bob Dole is so funny.
I mean, my favorite maybe is the talk show host, Larry King. God, I love that so much.
Yeah, I mean the amazing part is that they just let Norm be Norm, even as he was just doing these famous people. You know what I mean? Like, it was always his Burt Reynolds was pretty much Norm chewing gum.
And if we're dreaming today, like his most recent show on Netflix, how he did that, like in an SNL format.
Yes. Oh man, that show's so funny.
There's certain
go ahead, Andrew.
Funny, he had to do it.
Certain cast members that I almost start to laugh at just looking at them when they show up, and Norm is definitely one of those for me.
Can I ask, Andrew, would you have picked him with your 2 picks?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would he have been your first?
Yeah. Well, I mean, in this situation, I guess it doesn't matter. But yes, if I had only one pick and I was first or second, I would have picked him.
Okay. All right. That makes me feel better.
Now I feel bad about mine. I could have waited probably.
All right.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Andrew, you got 2 picks here.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide for good and all. Well, one for sure that I'm taking is Phil Hartman.
God,
be my number one, I guess.
Damn.
Wow.
I mean,
so
it was more than Phil Hartman the topping my list, where it was like, I want these guys, but I don't know if I'll get them.
Yeah, he's my real number one.
Wow.
Yeah. Caveman lawyer, anal retentive chef, Frankenstein. His Reagan and Clinton and Sinatra are all incredible, and it's just like the commercial guy. I think we both appreciate Colon Blow.
Oh my God, it's so amazing.
Colon Blow sounds delicious, but is it really higher in fiber than my oat bran cereal?
Take a guess. How many bowls of your oat bran cereal would it take to equal the fiber content of 1 bowl of Colon Blow?
2.
Guess again.
3.
A little higher.
4.
Keep trying.
5.
No, you'll have to do better than that.
7.
Guess again.
8.
We'll give you one more guess.
9.
Not even close. it would take over 30,000 bowls. To eat that much oat bran, you'd have to eat 10 bowls a day every day for 8.5 years.
Wow! I think I get the picture!
It's just such a ridiculous, insane thing. And an amazing, like, his voice is just so amazing that he can be the announcer or whatever for anything. It sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do a Troy McClure impression.
Oh, well, you have to do it now.
All right, you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure.
Wow.
Nice.
You might remember me from such films as, man.
That's awesome.
I adore.
Yes. Nice.
Adore Phil Hartman. I didn't think he'd be this high for you guys. That's interesting.
Yeah. He's just such a
Yeah, he's
presence.
Yeah. Yes, he does it all.
He's a great straight pick too, because he can play that. He's the dad in like,
oh yeah,
sketches. Like he's, man, yeah.
Also, I actually right before this episode, I watched or caught Fish Called Selma, and a big Troy McClure episode. So good.
Yeah. Andrew, do you have a favorite Phil Hartman sketch?
Yeah, I think it's gonna have to be Caveman Lawyer.
Oh my god,
no
doubt.
It's just so good.
The sketch,
so insane.
The sketch ending with him running for Senate is like so far ahead of its time.
Yeah.
I'm just a simple case. You get never mind. I'm not going to do it because I can't do it justice. But God, yeah, he's my favorite.
Speaking of impressions, Joey, have you worked on your Arnold since Roundhouse?
I love the fact that you think.
Yeah, I love that you doubled down on this guy sucks at it, and then
did a dead-on impression.
Oh yeah, the dead-on.
I'm absolutely not trying it again.
Okay,
but no, that guy did suck at it. I'm not on Roundhouse. All right, Andrew, you get a second pick here.
Yeah. Man.
I think I'm gonna go with this one because I don't know if how long he'll make it. And he's just so good.
Don't do it.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Just too strong of a performer. Another person that's just like amazing in everything. Kind of like makes a lot of the sketches.
We should mention that although the waters above appear calm, below the surface there is a frenzy of activity. Hands groping, fingers fluttering, thighs twitching in the anticipation of lovemaking that will take place in this hot tub in less than 12 minutes.
He was in my top 3 for sure.
Yeah, he would have been my next pick.
I had a feeling he'd be up there. Just like it's almost like I can't think of anything bad he's been in. We maybe already mentioned Harry Carey? It's hilarious. The hot tub sketch.
Yeah.
Harry Carey, where he interviews Kent Whaler, which is Jeff Goldblum, I think is actually a top 3 sketch for me.
Hi, now Ken, we all know that the moon is not made of green cheese.
Yes, that's true, Harry.
But what if it were made of barbecue spare ribs? Would you eat it then?
What?
I know I would. Heck, I'd have seconds. And then polish it off with a tall, cool Budweiser. I would do it.
Yeah.
Would you?
I'm confused.
It's a simple question, Doctor. Would you eat the moon if it were made of ribs?
Well, I don't know how to answer that.
It's not rocket science. Just say yes and we'll move on.
Hi. You're a hot dog. You were starving.
Yeah, more cowbell, needless to say.
Oh my god, yeah.
His commercials were brilliant. Like
Yes.
the horse, I think of the horse glue one, or like You know, or the one where his dog training video.
Yes, dog training. So
Yeah.
good.
Mm.
You know, get off the shed.
Yeah.
Dysfunctional family dinner where they just it's just clinking forks for 80% of it.
The one with Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yes.
I drive a Ford Taurus.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's
Hot
I
Tub
think
Couple is another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hot tub.
I think one that's not as famous, I don't think, but it's called Dr. Beeman's Office, where he plays this doctor who's lost this couple's baby, and he just spends the entire time trying to avoid talking to them.
This one hurts. I should have done Will Ferrell as my first pick, knowing that you guys didn't care about Hater. But man,
his George W. Bush is all time. I think Allie, I think you and I have already lost.
Jeez, don't throw in the towel just yet.
I mean, Phil Hartman, and
that's why you want the third pick.
Will Ferrell,
you know?
Yes, that's why I was itching for it.
I mean, in fairness, I hate to lose Norm Macdonald. I don't. Bill Hader was very high on my list as well. I mean,
Okay, well, I'm about to do something stupid because, well, I don't know. I guess, Allie, you can tell me in a second whether he would have made it back to me or not. But I love this guy so much. I don't think he's.
I don't know who you might even be.
If I think you're who it is you're thinking of, I'm gonna be so mad.
Well, I don't know. It could be everybody. I highly doubt it's who you think. I'm picking Tracy Morgan.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, amazing thing.
Astronaut Jones.
Into outer space. Goodbye, human race. I'll be there soon. Blast off.
It was just so funny. But maybe one of my favorite all-time sketches is Brian Fellows.
Yep.
Good evening, and welcome to Brian Fellows Safari Planet. I'm Brian Fellow. Tonight we're going to meet some animals that aren't cute or cuddly. They're weird, and I'm very excited and a little scared. So let's get going. Our first guest enjoys eating tin cans and whatnot. Please welcome a goat. And who are you?
I'm Heather Rosenfeld of the Mid-Vermont Animal Allies Educational Cooperative in Rutland.
Of the what?
The Mid-Vermont Animal Allies Educational Cooperative in Rutland.
I'm Brian Fellow.
Yes, I know.
That goat is weird.
Oh, yeah.
Brian Fellows is brilliant.
If someone's looking for a Brian Fellows sketch, search Porcupine and Pig. It's so good. I just love how upset he gets if anybody even implies something inappropriate on the show. I don't know. There's something about the way Tracy Morgan, the way his brain works, that just I feel so connected to. Lamont Bond, the Black James Bond. So good.
Yeah, it's a great pick.
Yeah. Well, I won't say who I thought you were going to pick. I'm really banking on them being available down the road. But it is going to kill me if I don't get him. Okay.
Any other Tracy Morgan thoughts?
Oh yeah, Tracy Morgan. I like Tracy Morgan, but I don't love Tracy Morgan.
Okay.
Yeah. Brian Fellows would be my number one. Like, that sketch is brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was very high on my list. I wasn't sure where he would get picked up. I thought I had maybe some time, but
fifth pick as it turns out. All right. 2 picks here, Allie.
Yay. Okay. Well, I'll go with my top 3, and that's Eddie Murphy.
Ooh, yeah, nice. So good.
Just Gumby, Buckwheat, Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood is so good, and then White Like Me is an all-time sketch.
Yes, I just rewatched that today.
Mm-hmm. I just like the guy that just gives him money. Gives him the paper, the bus service thing. It's so good. And then his James Brown, he's just an enigma of a talent.
Yeah.
and also this is a way for me to branch out of that era of my like of what I consider the best of like the 90s to the 2000s. So
yeah, I think maybe one generation older than us, we might have more like, I don't know, Dan Aykroyd at the top or Chevy Chase,
John Lovitz maybe even kind of on the edge of that.
Yeah.
But Eddie Murphy was one that I own the DVD and I couldn't stop watching it. It was
the best of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember renting it from Blockbuster and just being like in awe.
Yeah, definitely one of the heavy hitters.
And when he came back and hosted, he was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Andrew Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I don't know if he would make my list. I mean, I like him a lot. It wasn't like the bread and butter era for me,
Okay. But he was high for me. I don't know if he would have made it back or not, but yeah, he was high.
Okay. Now I'm in a tough spot because now there's a second tier of list of people that I might not get back to if I don't pick them.
Yeah.
But I don't think I can be good with myself if I don't pick Chris Farley.
Yeah,
so good.
I mean, that's great.
See, this reminds me of a spooky Halloween story. Dad, that's your cue. Once there was a boy who liked to throw things. He started out throwing eggs. Then he threw the big game. Then he threw back a shot of whiskey. Then he threw up. Then he got thrown out of the house. And then he moved into a van down by the river. Van lights.
I'm going with that.
Yeah, incredible.
And it's just the talent is endless. So I think of Gap Girls.
Yep.
I think of Zagat Restaurant Guide. Just destroys me. Schmidt's Gay beer.
Oh yeah.
Of course, like Matt Foley. I don't know the character's name, but I don't wash my armpits. I don't, finger, quote guy.
Yeah.
Man, Chippendales is probably if you had to ask people what the quintessential sketch of SNL is.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to consider the Chippendales.
Yeah, him and Swayze.
Yeah.
Even like small things like playing like Rudy Giuliani's kid in the cold open. So funny. And then this one's like just for me. But the skit he does with Sandler where he's like, just let the boy sleep in your bed. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so there's this sketch where it's Adam Sandler and Chris Farley, and Chris Farley is this service that rents out these like college age kids to like watch their house while they're gone or get their mail, and then it progressively turns into they're gonna like live there. So like, just let the boy get your mail for you. And then Adam Sandler's just this dopey guy that's like, please let me, and it just comes back to it's like, he's gonna be there, he's gonna sleep in your bed, he's like, let me sleep in your bed. And like the progression of it is so funny, and the delivery and then it just keeps coming to me because there's endless ones with him. But Coffee Crystals is just another decaf coffee crystals where it's like the hidden camera.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So good.
Chris Farley show is one.
Oh God, yeah. How could I not even mention that?
Him and McCartney.
Sorry. You can beat me out. Sorry.
You're
yeah,
fine.
Brilliant.
Him and McCartney. Lunch Lady.
Yeah, Lunch Lady. Right. It's endless with Chris Farley, so I couldn't let him be on. Yeah,
it's an amazing pick.
One thing that pops into my head every so often is I am El Nino.
Yeah, I am El Nino.
And then him as the figure skater.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
Where he's like David Spade's commentating as the figure skating commentator, and then they show that clip where he just throws the doll in the air. So good.
Yeah. Bill Swirsky. Yeah. So good. Yeah.
Wow.
Chris Farley. You had to do it. I think you had to do
I had to. I couldn't do it. All right.
Well, maybe I made a huge blunder with Tracy Morgan. I don't know what to do here. Second.
There's so much on the board, though.
Second's the worst. Let's see. I'm gonna go. Oh man, I love both these guys so much. I'm gonna go Mike Myers.
Okay. Had to be done.
Yeah. Simon, Philip the Hypo, Linda Richman.
Linda Richman.
On this show, we talk about coffee, New York, daughters, dogs. You know, no big whoop, just coffee talk. As you know, Paul Baldwin is the usual host who had developed Spilkus in his Genectigazoink. He recovered, was doing fine, schmeck as can be, when P.S., long story short, the Spilkus came back. And Geg is into hay, he's back to square one, go figure. Who knew? Anyway, he's in Boca now, recovering nicely, thanks God, poo poo poo. Okay, it's Mother's Day.
Wow, what a sketch. What a sketch.
I think Mike Myers might be like one of the best creators of characters. Like he like could just Wayne, of course, Wayne. He could just totally embody was it Dieter, right? And from Sprockets.
Yeah. The hypo kid.
Yeah. I think like I think in a vacuum, if Mike Myers had only ever done SNL and then like never became a movie star for good and bad, I feel like he would almost be legendary. Like that's how good his stuff is on SNL. But
you think are you saying his movies have ruined? Like,
well, maybe if he had stopped after like,
Austin Powers.
Essentially.
I mean, he's counting his Shrek bucks right now while you're.
That's true. That's
talking.
True. Shrek bucks.
He's made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Shrek.
Well, you've taken Eddie Murphy. I've taken Mike Myers. So the Shrek legacies over here.
Yeah. And I took Farley, who's the original Shrek.
So. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So we've done some damage here.
Wow.
All right. So Mike Myers, Andrew, you got 2 picks here.
Yeah. This is the point where it's very hard for me. There's a lot of people doing a lot of things that I like.
Right.
But I think, okay, my number 3 is going to be Andy Samberg.
Oh, you fool.
A fool? Are you kidding?
Wasn't even on my list.
Are you?
Wow,
you cannot
really?
be serious.
Oh, I'm
That's
serious.
crazy. No,
wow,
he's hilarious.
I don't know if I can take Andy Samberg hate.
I like Andy Samberg. Like I love Hot Rod and I love Palm Springs.
Oh,
I like his stuff outside of SNL a lot.
You didn't like any of the digital short stuff?
Yeah.
I'm kind of.
It's so crucial.
I'm kind of adverse. I don't need it.
That's insane. Yeah, all the digital shorts are hilarious. I like to have that in the mix. Maybe I'm one of my favorite things I think he was in was Shredder's. Shredder's Lettuce.
I don't know that one.
I don't remember this one.
No.
It's like just it's like a fast food meal, but it's just a bunch of lettuce and mayo. They're like,
yes,
yes. It's just so ridiculous. I love it so much. But I love that whole like miniature like sketches that don't take place necessarily in the studio.
Yeah, his Weekend Update characters are top notch. Like his I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence. Like his Nick Cage.
Yeah, Nick Cage and Swedish chef were really good.
I think one of my favorites that he did was Kathy. He did the live action of Kathy comic strip. And his Mark Wahlberg was fantastic.
Yes.
Wow. I don't understand the hate coming for Andy Samberg. This is a great pick.
I don't want you guys to think I hate Andy Samberg.
I just can't. I'm just trying to imagine like your top picks, and I know some of yours. Like I could pick some just to mess with you,
just to mess with
but I'm
You
not
don't
sure if
want
I
him.
want to. I don't want to screw up my lineup.
Well, good. I don't want Andy Samberg. I'll take Chris Parnell next. No, I'm joking. Okay. Well, and who's your second pick?
Yeah. Tough, but I'm going with Keenan. He's just been around. I mean, not only has he been around for so long, but every time he's another one of those people that every time I see him, it sort of makes me laugh just that he's there.
Yeah, he makes the sketch better automatically.
Yeah, he's just amazing. What's that called? What Up With That?
Yep.
Let's get down to business. Former Vice President Al Gore is here. Yes, he is a staunch advocate for the environment.
DeAndre, it is such a pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine, Al. Pleasure's all mine. Now, you have a new book out called Our Choice, a plan to solve the climate crisis. Is that right?
I do. This is an issue I've been working on for a long time, and I feel we have all the tools we need to solve this problem, except perhaps the political will.
Political will.
Fortunately, in the United States, political will is a renewable resource.
Renewable resource,
That's one of my all-time favorite sketches.
Yes.
Yeah.
So amazing. Yeah, he just like, I don't know if he's the longest running ever member now, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I can throw him anywhere and it's going to be really good.
If we were like taking this seriously, like this is one of the strongest picks ever because he is just the person, like the glue.
Yeah.
Like even behind the scenes, like writers know that they're going to get a sketch forward if they can include Keenan in some way, you know, like he's just so crucial to the success
Yeah,
of others. So
incredibly durable. Like you can just do, he can be the game show host. He can be the weird. There was a sketch last year where he played a guy where the whole family was looking out the window at a moose, but he couldn't see it. And the moose kept getting closer to the window, but he couldn't see it until like the moose was in the house and he still couldn't see it. He can do weird. He can do straightforward. He can do impersonations. He's like jack of all trades. And it's like, no wonder he's the longest serving cast member.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a smart pick.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. I am going to take who I think is the greatest female character actress on SNL's history. I'm going with Kristen Wiig.
Took my dynamic duo.
I'm so sorry. Rewatching, I was like, she just, man, she gets so lost in characters. Like Gilly is one of my all-time favorite. Like the more silent a sketch is, the more I generally like it.
Yeah.
And Gilly just nailed that.
Sorry.
I also love Aunt Linda, who did movie reviews. So good. And then Sue, who is the lady who's just terrible at surprise parties.
Yes. Her and Target Lady.
Oh, Target Lady, so good. And then I loved on the Lawrence Welk show where she played the weird sister with like the tiny arms and the big forehead.
Yeah.
She's I feel like maybe she's a little underloved. I know she was so popular while she was on, but I feel like, I don't know. I do think there's maybe a little bit of a bias against the female cast members in history. And I think like she honestly could stand up against anybody.
Yeah, I would honestly consider her for my first pick.
Yeah.
And I think, and she's by far in my opinion, like the strongest female cast member.
Yeah.
'Cause she can literally do it all.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Andrew, you like Kristen Wiig?
I'm just trying to even like think of a sketch that I can remember that I liked her in. I mean, I watched her for years, but
is this for my Andy Samberg hate?
No, I like Kristen Wiig.
I can't
in
even
general.
think of who she is.
Do you like the sketch where she's like the sexy lady and then like she's flirting with all the guys and the guys are like their tongues are hanging out and then she does something that's just so grotesque. So good. And it's like in that classic like 40s 50s like it kills me. It is so good.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I feel good about that pick.
You should feel very good about that. Yeah.
Okay, you got 2 picks, Allie.
Yeah, this one's tough. There's 2 ladies I really want to pick, and then there's one guy that I don't know that I don't know if I could live with myself if he's not on my cast. So I think of the 2 ladies, definitely not my favorite female cast member, but is so incredibly strong. And I'll take the queer representation as Kate McKinnon.
I'm never gonna step down now. You can't get rid of me. Yeah.
But Justice Ginsburg, I think everyone expected you to retire soon. I mean, you're 83.
Yeah, you're damn right I was gonna retire. Ugh. Clinton was gonna win, I was going straight to the Dominican Republic. Even the last time I was there, they thought I was a Zika mosquito. But not now, not now. Now I gotta stay alive and healthy, damn it. Give me my thing.
I'm afraid this is my Ferguson.
Okay.
What?
Well,
yeah.
You're completely
don't care.
Well, we said we'd share when we got there.
Yeah, which is weird to me. She is just so extremely talented.
Yeah.
And outside of SNL, she's hilarious. I love her on I Think You Should Leave. Or not that. Detroiters, excuse me. But she's just so talented. I can't let her not go.
Yeah. She's another one of those people that she just something about like her look makes me laugh. Like she's just walking onto the stage, I'm already starting to laugh.
Her ability to do political humor is top notch. I love the cat ladies sketch that she does. Yeah, I just
that when she does like the Russian lady on Weekend Updates,
yes,
really great.
Yes, that's a good one. Joey, I'm curious what about her it sets you off.
I just find her very one note. I don't I just don't. I don't want to rain on the parade. I don't think she's crazy.
Okay,
crazy.
Yeah, I also like where she plays like the old lady who talks about her past experiences working in movies. There's also the one lady who is like in like focus groups and she's like smoking and is like really good. Okay. You guys will probably think this is the dumbest pick, but I don't care. I have to have this person on my list. And it's Will Forte.
God.
No. I have to have Will Forte on my cast.
I'll trade you Kristen Wiig. I'm dead serious.
Oh, you should have.
I will consider that trade. I absolutely will.
Okay.
But Will Forte, my God, what a talent. Oh, I feel so relieved that he's on my cast right now. Yeah. I love his ability to play, like, I think of the Peyton Manning sketch where he's like the coach and also like the sports commentator. He's just like that goofy, like, has to be like the good, funny guy, for like a cheesy event of some kind. But his ability to do weird is top notch.
He's just unbeatable. Today I went so far down a Forte rabbit hole. If I didn't have obligations, I would have spent hours watching Will Forte sketches. Spelling Bee Kid is one of my all-time favorite sketches. It's literally a sketch where the entire thing is him misspelling a word. The entire sketch is just him letter by letter misspelling in a word. It's so painful, but so good. Politician Tim Calhoun on Weekend Update, who had to read off note cards. We have Potato Chips, where Jason Sudeikis is applying for a job at NASA to be an astronaut. And when Forte walks out of the office, Sudeikis takes a chip, and then the whole sketch just like ramps because he realizes he's taking a chip. The Falconer, of course.
Oh yes.
In 1992, Ken Mortimer was an advertising executive in Baltimore, Maryland. Then, For reasons known only to him, he left his wife and career and moved deep into the forest. Now, he is known only as the Falconer.
Oh, Donald, what the life! The forest gives me everything I need. I'm so happy here. I miss only one thing. Candy bars. Oh, yes, how I long for a Snickers bar. Oh, how I miss the delicious combination of chocolate, peanuts, and partially hydrogenated soybean oil.
And MacGruber, of course, an incredible movie as well. And then there's a digital short. I guess I don't know if it's a digital. Actually, it's not a proper digital short, but it's shot like one where it's called The Date, and it's with what's Machine Gun Kelly's wife's name?
Megyn Kelly.
Is that her name? Megan Kelly?
Megan Fox.
No, Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Kelly's a news anchor.
That's right. Megan, yeah, it's with Megan Fox, and Megan Fox is just like fawning over Will Forte, and he's playing literally this just disgusting, like quiet guy.
Yeah.
There's the one where he plays the child, or he plays the sex offender who's out on Halloween, and he's pretending to be a sex offender to get signatures at doors.
Oh my! What a damn brilliant!
He's
one that stands out for me with him that no one would know, but it's been stuck in my mind. Like I think about it all the time. But there's this episode where I think he's himself, and he's a Weekend Update guest, and he sings. He wrote a song, and it's during the George Bush era. But it's a song that's like he loves things that are objectively bad. But he has to sing a song called I Love George W. Bush. And he goes, I love the smell of old people farts. And I love George W. Bush. But the way he sings it, it's like the premise of it is funny enough. But the way he sings and like his facial expressions, his energy, he brings it in everything he does. And people are dying laughing at his ability to be super weird. And so I couldn't not have him.
Yeah, I took the chance that he'd slide back.
I was worried, honestly. I thought you were going to pick him when you said Tracy Morgan. I was like, no, don't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I misjudged it.
I'll
keep
Swig is a very strong pick, my friend.
I'll keep it on the table. Maybe after we're done drafting, we can look. But
yeah, that's a good point. I forgot we could maybe potentially trade some picks.
Yeah, man, Will Forte, just the best. Okay. Well then, you know what? I'm not gonna let my other, because I feel like Forte is my comedy spirit animal. I'm not gonna let the person who I think is my next pick, even though I actually think maybe this guy wouldn't have gone for a long time, but you guys can correct me. I'm gonna go with Fred Armisen.
So I was thinking, let's extend the sunroom out into the porch. Devin? What are you doing here?
Just showing Karina some chords. It's platonic, Stuart.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and leave. What's the best way out of here? I can't deal with this right now. Just take Manzanita down to Olympic, make a ride over by the Vons Pavilions, take that all the way down to Robertson. Okay.
Make a right and keep going until you see the town.
Doesn't Sartell go all the way to the town?
Nobody asked you, Devin! Get out of here!
Just trying to help.
I said get on the on-ramp to the 405 and get out of here!
He's almost my Ferguson.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's not my favorite.
Okay, well, I have to have I have to have an oddball, and his Prince is one of my favorites. There's a sketch called Punk Band Reunion at a Wedding. He plays this girl's dad, and he gets his band together to play a song for her, and they're just like this like absolute punk rock band. He also did a History of Punk with a character named Ian Rubbish, who loves Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher was elected Prime Minister, and I remember thinking, I said, look out, Margaret Thatcher, you're about to get rubbished.
Attention, attention! I've got a message for you about your Prime Minister. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, Maggie Thatcher, you're all right. Thanks to you, I say bad night.
We thought he was being ironic.
We thought it was a joke. It turned out he just really liked her.
You keep me clean safe. You're a very special lady.
That's like one of my all-time favorites. One of my favorite Weekend Update characters ever is Ferricito, the Venezuelan nightclub comedian, where every joke is just like him like hitting the bongos and an extreme close-up of him putting his hand on his chin. Did a great Bloomberg. Stewart from the Californians. Like he's in just way more great sketches than I actually had remembered. He hadn't been this high on my list when I made it originally, but as I was going and watching, I was like, oh, like I think I actually like love Fred Armisen, like love Fred Armisen.
Okay.
So if Forte's gone, and even if you guys weren't going to take him, like he's my oddball. I need him.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know what. I don't know. I'm just always on the fence with him. I'm like, I think he's funny, but I sort of hate him at the same time.
Oh my god.
I am. I think the criticisms you feel for Kate McKinnon, I feel towards Fred Armisen. I feel he's pretty one note. And yeah, I just don't. Something about him, he bothers me. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, my wife has a Lawrence Welk tattoo, and she despises his impression more. So.
I feel like that's one of those impressions where it's like maybe almost bad on purpose. Like
maybe the fact that anybody would do a Lawrence Welk impression in general is one thing.
That's like when they asked him to do Obama, and it was almost just like, this isn't even fair. Like,
yeah. But yeah, I just have never really, even honestly, even the stuff he does outside of SNL, I've never really been a fan. And maybe it's the Portlandia stuff because I live in Portland. And
see, when I think of him, I think of Documentary Now is one of my all-time favorite shows.
Yeah. I will say, like, the exception being probably Documentary Now, like that seems to be his strongest ability, is that.
But I think like when I was rewatching the sketches, there's so many hints of Documentary Now. Like, honestly, just go the history of punk rock. That is almost the blueprint for Documentary Now. And
is correct me if I'm wrong, and I might be. Is he Grey Gardens with Bill Hader?
Grey Gardens, yes. Yeah.
I think that might be his best.
Yeah. I mean, they do all of that stuff together, though it seems like it's kind of fallen to Fred now that Bill's doing Barry.
Yeah.
But they're a dream team to me. Like I'd rather watch them together than say like Portlandia, but yeah. Okay. Fred Armisen, Andrew, you got 2 picks.
Yeah. Okay. Feel like this might be crazy, but I gotta take him. Chris Kattan.
That is crazy. That is absolutely
I love
crazy.
Him.
Andrew, I love it.
He's so insane.
Get it. Go get it.
Wasn't even on my list.
Get it, boy.
Oh god. I just love him in everything. I feel like he's kind of one of the in my mind, like one of the most essential cast members of his era.
Hell yes.
It seems like he's in everything.
Formidable.
Another person that just like looks so funny, like his facial expressions, he's so bizarre. Mr. Peepers.
Oh my god. Mango.
Night at the Roxbury. Mango. Yeah. He's just one of those guys that gets me. Like, I mean, even beyond SNL, I just like seeing him. Like, this guy there's something that cracks me up about him. So I feel like I can, if I was making the episodes, I can come up with almost anything and it'll be funny because he's doing it. I feel like.
I love this pick so much. Now he was not I don't think you were in danger of losing him.
Sure.
He was 26 on my list, but I agree with you. Like every time he's in a sketch, he makes it funnier. He's just got such a bizarre energy.
Yeah.
And not to spoil too much, but one of the best moments in last year's Jordan Peele's Nope is a speech that Steven Yeun gives about this like fictitious Chris Kattan sketch.
Yeah.
Such reverence.
Yeah, so good.
I still crazily haven't seen it. So
Oh
it's
man,
on my
wait,
list of
Andrew,
things to
when this
watch,
moment happens, it's one of the best line deliveries of the last year. I'm not going to spoil it, but Chris Kattan's central to it.
Yeah, I love him. I just want him there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is tough. I mean, I'm not really worried at this point about like trying to take people out from under you, either of you. I don't think like
looking at your list though,
the rest of the
Kattan and
list.
Sandberg could probably make some.
I love it.
Some great comedy.
I'll trade Andrew. I'll trade you. I'll trade you Armisen for Hartman.
No, I don't even want to accidentally jokingly say yes.
All right. Smart.
I think I'm going to take my weekend update anchor with Kevin Nealon.
Good choice.
That would have been mine.
I love him. I mean, Norm's my number one, but I do love Kevin Nealon. I think he's hilarious.
So good at the deadpan.
Yeah.
I have a picture with Kevin Nealon.
I don't know anything about this.
I saw him do stand up, and then after he was doing like a little meet and greet.
Wow.
I should try to find that and
yes, for
create
sure.
the Kevin Nealon tier on Patreon
Yeah.
if you want to see it.
All our darkest secrets in that tier.
Yeah, he was really funny.
Yeah, nice.
Wow.
Yeah. I just he's
that's a great
another
pick.
guy that cracks me up. I mean, not necessarily like one of those people that makes me laugh just seeing him, but he's a good person to throw into sketches. I feel like he could be a straight man. He's just
I think there's two
versatile,
distinct
maybe.
sketches of him that come to mind. That's not Hans and Franz. Is one the dual toilet commercial? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
You found that one special someone, and you never want to be apart. You dine together. You play together. You sleep together. You even bathe together. So why not share the most intimate moment of them all with the Love Toilet? Exquisitely designed, handcrafted of the finest porcelain, with flesh assembly and float door imported from France, the nation of love.
And then the one where him and Sandler are the waiters.
Yeah.
And I think Schneider's in there too.
Yes.
Yeah. Like they're like all over the girl, during the date scene, which is, in retrospect, kind of gross, but at the same time, like the way they delivered it was so good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wonderful. All right, let's recap so far what we got.
Sure. Okay.
Allie, who are your picks so far?
Yeah. Probably in a dumb move, I went with Bill Hader first, but luckily to swoop up Eddie Murphy and Chris Farley.
Yeah.
For my strong female lead, since Kristen Wiig was gone, I went with Kate McKinnon, and then my weirdo Will Forte.
Love it. I got Norm Macdonald at the anchor desk. I got Kristen Wiig, Tracy Morgan, Mike Myers, and my boy Fred Armisen.
Yeah.
I have Phil Hartman, Will Ferrell, Andy Samberg, Kenan Thompson, Chris Kattan, and Kevin Nealon. So
Jesus, Chris Kattan, man.
Yeah.
And you could not have started better with that Phil Hartman, Will Ferrell.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah.
just brutal. All right, well let's keep going. How many? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. We've made 5 picks. We're halfway.
Yeah. Andrew has that extra
I
pick
have 6,
for going
but-
third.
Oh, okay.
And then so we get 10 cast members, right? And then an update, and then a host. and a
Yes.
music. Well, it's your pick, Joey. So do you want to pick your musical guest?
Wow, man, that's a good point. No, I'm gonna go with Dana Carvey.
That's a good pick.
I'm going with my favorite impressionist.
Yeah.
You got Garth, of course, but his Tom Brokaw, his Ross Perot, his Dennis Miller, I had forgotten about, and I saw a clip yesterday, and I was just dying. George H.W. Bush, Church Lady. He's like sneaky great.
Yeah, all right, welcome, we're back. Yeah, only now we are very, very tiny. All right, once again, I am Hans.
Yeah, and I am Franz.
And even though we are petite, we are still here to pop you up. All right, so now, as you can tell, we have been accidentally shrunken by the ultimate girly man, Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
I'm really, really sorry, guys.
Get out of here!
Yeah, don't be going eating Cheerios around here either.
Yeah. Head Wound Harry is one of my all-time favorites.
Yes.
Yeah. He is a powerhouse, and me going with Bill Hader negated picking Carvey because the two of them together are almost the same.
They really are like comparable from generations.
Have you seen the Dana Carvey show?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So incredible.
Yeah.
Andrew?
Grandma the Clown.
No. Okay. It is definitely worth seeking out. And if you watch it, there's a great documentary about it too on Hulu. Of just like how many. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's called Too Funny to Fail.
That's right.
Very good.
Yeah. Just every comedic genius from like the last 30 years was like part of this weird show that was just always going to fail.
Yeah.
Like was never going to be able to make it on prime time.
On my podcast, Notable Nostalgia, we just reviewed episode 6 of the show.
Yeah.
And if anybody wants to pursue it, it's free to watch on Crackle.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And you can watch the whole one season, actually 6 episodes, or 7. They only had 7 aired episodes before getting canceled.
Wow.
But it's brilliant. It's really good.
Awesome. Yeah. Dana, so good. And he's still killing it. Like I love hearing him pop up as guests on like podcasts, and he's just a funny dude. Seems super kind.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm in a tough spot because there's 2 ladies on the board that I really would like to have both, and I feel like one of y'all would take both of them.
Sherry O'Terry.
Man, Sherry is really good.
She is good.
She is great. Yeah.
Molly Shannon too.
Yes. Yeah. There's a lot of great female cast members left.
Yeah, and I'm torn between 2 of them right now, and I'm wondering who would be best for my cast. And I think I'm gonna go with Maya Rudolph.
Oh, really good pick.
Yeah. She is very funny.
Any favorite Maya
Clearly
stuff?
a megastar. I don't know, like, to be honest, like, there's not like a standoff one, but like, I was every time she's on, I'm just enamored and like so focused on her abilities. Her Dionne Warwick impersonation, so good. The TV show host, like the morning talk show one.
Her Beyonce is pretty good.
Yeah, of course, right?
Yeah.
Let's see.
What was the one with the 3 girls? It was like Destiny's Child.
Gemini's twin.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. Her Donatella Versace.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's just somebody that's going to and Shonda, like her and Kristen Wiig, the spokesmodels for the Insert Games. Yeah. She's just one of those people that, like a Kate McKinnon, that's just gonna like make the show better, I think, and clearly like a powerhouse in comedy in general.
Right.
Yeah. I could just get my other gal that I love, and maybe you guys don't take the guy I'm thinking of that I want. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I'm gonna get Aidy Bryant too while I'm here.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
Aidy.
I love Aidy Bryant. She can do it all too. Political commentary, Weekend Update, digital.
There's a sketch. I don't think it has a name, but it's where like she's always having a party and people are giving her gifts, and all the gifts are those like live, laugh, love signs, but they're all really mean. Like they're all like really personal.
Yeah.
Oh, you know I love these little wooden signs. Okay, let me see. Okay, life doesn't come with a manual. It comes with a mother. Oh, where'd you get this?
Oh, we got it at Home Depot. They sell art there, too.
This one's for me, sweetie.
Okay, thank you, John. Okay, Mom turned upside down spells wow.
Turn it upside down, it actually works.
No, I see. No, you're right, it does. These are really great.
Here, Mom. Thought you'd like this one.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sweetie. Okay, dear Mom, we sucked your teeth dry, and now you look weird in a bathing suit. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh,
good one.
Like, I guess I thought this one would have a little funny rhyme or something, but thank you.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great. I definitely appreciate some fat representation on my show. And she's so funny in everything she does, like just the way she delivers lines, like with like being insulted, like the way she responds to that and just builds others up. She's just so good. So yeah, I feel good. I really like both those ladies. And I don't know, I just find, Kristen Wiig was my top, but there's so many freaking funny lady cast members over the years, and so good,
no doubt.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay,
All
so
right.
so you took
Solid.
you took
Maya Rudolph and Adie Bryant.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Keeping track here. All right, let's keep
on the board.
Let's keep the love going for the ladies. I'm gonna go with another oddball. I'm just gonna load up on oddballs now. I'm gonna go with Rachel Dratch.
Yes.
Debbie Downer. Sully and Denise. The Lavas. Another person where like just her being on screen made me so happy and always made me laugh. Just like whatever she did, like just the sound of her voice matched with her face, with her physical comedy. Like,
hey, can you pass some of that turkey? Oh, it looks juicy.
I'm sorry, I thought it was all mine.
Boy, the traffic was a disaster coming up, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Nothing compared to the disaster the Chinese are going through. What? They're still digging out from typhoon season, just in time for the bird flu to take even more lives. Who wants some more wine?
I'd love some.
Okay.
Hey, do you guys think the Pilgrims brought a bottle of Pinot Grigio to the first Thanksgiving?
I'll tell you what the Pilgrims did bring. Smallpox. Killed scores of Native Americans, ravaging their population.
I love Rachel Dratch. Maybe one of the more underrated, like current generation people.
Yeah,
sneaky,
like her.
sneaky.
She made Fallon funny,
Exactly.
Like, I don't find him very funny, but like, she was great with him.
Yes.
Especially like their Boston, jerks. Debbie Downer is an all-timer for me.
Yeah.
The one she did with Steve Carell and Bob Bummer.
Masterful. So good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about you guys taking her. I think we're at the point in the draft now where we can just go with our hearts.
Well, I wasn't picking her because I didn't think you guys were going to take her, so I was just leaving her on the sidelines. But
you thought she was going to be there?
Yeah. It just didn't occur to me that anybody would pick her. I just thought she was safe.
Man, no, number 12 on my list.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
Andrew?
Nobody has said Adam Sandler yet, right?
No.
That's true.
I'll just take him.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's smart.
He would have been next for me.
Oh.
I don't want to watch TV anymore. Where's my newspaper, Joey?
I'll get it.
Here. I want my pillows fluffed. A little more. More, please. More. That's too much. Slow down. That's fine. Now I want that big platter on the top shelf.
Why?
You're yelling!
No. Look, I'm getting it. Here, see?
No. A little down, a little more. Okay, a little. You see the blue one? No, listen to me. You have to listen if you're gonna get the one I want. Okay, now a little more, please. Keep going. You got it there.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's very strong. Like, I mean, we've mentioned Schmidt's gay and his songs on the show were always very
Opera Man.
good.
Probably one of your strongest update people ever.
Yeah. And that when he played that old lady, that kind of cracked me up. I just think like he's just one of those people that is always funny, sort of.
Yeah.
So yeah, just a strong player. I can't believe we left him that long, but
I'm almost feel bad.
Yeah.
For him?
Well,
that I almost feel bad that he is like feels like left out. You know what I mean? Like I'm ambivalent with Adam Sandler. Like I don't really find any of his stuff today funny, but was absolutely enamored with him as a child.
Yeah.
You know. And I'm sure there's plenty of your fans listening in that are just like, how is Adam Sandler 8th on anyone's list and on lower?
Yeah, that's
You know?
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Adam Sandler.
You haven't picked a lady yet.
I know. I was saving Rachel Dratch, but now I feel like I'm fairly safe.
Well, I don't know. No, there's I wouldn't.
There's three in mine
I wouldn't
right now.
bank on it. I have some coming up here that I like.
All right, fine. I'll take Sherry O'Terry.
Okay.
Another just goofball. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like she keeping up with Will Ferrell, I feel like is just an impressive.
That's a good point.
Task, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
But another one of those people that just like somehow her presence is just sort of funny. Like
Yes.
you're just naturally funny, you know.
I think you're underselling her. I think she's brilliant on SNL.
Yes. So
Spartans
Well, I
for
didn't say
Losers.
she was not good.
I think we'd talk her up a little more. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Well,
you know,
okay.
her Barbara Walters,
Barbara
top-notch.
Walters.
Yep. Spartan Cheerleaders, of course. There is one I'm trying to like think of what it is. Like I can think of the person who's like saying the words, but I can't think of the.
There is Simmer Down Now.
Excuse me, my husband's been in a motorcycle accident. I think he broke his wrist.
Yeah, I can't move it.
It's swelling up really badly.
Okay, everybody simmer down now.
Listen, I would love to simmer down now, but you see, my wrist is shattered, so I would encourage you to admit me now.
Sir, your sass is unappreciated here. So before your other wrist becomes shattered, I suggest you fill out these forms and have a seat and then
And
simmer down. That's
right?
correct.
Thank you.
Not over there, over here.
Where?
Over here! What, did you shatter your hearing drum in addition?
Who the hell
Hey! Simmer down now.
One of my favorite things ever.
I looked her up. It's Colette Reardon's the character name, but she's like on painkillers, and her makeup
Yeah.
is so bad.
Yeah.
What a gem.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Good job. All right. So what were your last two, Andrew?
Adam Sandler and Sherry O'Terry.
Yeah, that's good. You're doing great.
You're like you're in like 90s.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, the Keens of the 90s.
Boy. Okay. I'm here. This will be my old timer. Everything he says I think is funny. He's so weird. I'm gonna go John Lovitz.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Tommy Flanagan, the liar, the pathological liar, the master thespian.
Yeah.
Just his Weekend Update appearances. He's just so abrasive and but like really smart. Like I think just the way like he comes off, like he's such a goof, but I think he's just a really smart comedian. And I still love him. I wish don't know why John Lovitz isn't in stuff all the time.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay.
That was my 8th pick. So you got 7 and 8 here, Allie, right? Or is this
8 and 9?
8 and 9. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And for here, I'm just like, there's still so many great people.
There's
you know,
a lot of people here,
and I feel like I've done a good job, like getting some straight players and some wackies. I think I'm gonna go Kyle Mooney.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So good.
Because he can literally do anything.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
His ability to interview people.
Yes.
So good.
He has an uncanny ability to like make other people uncomfortable. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's just a unsettling presence, but in a really funny way.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And his digital shorts and stuff. I'm really torn here at the end.
Host, musical guest.
I know who my last pick's gonna be because I don't think anybody's gonna touch them. And I just want them on my show. So do I pick somebody straight or kind of weird here? Oh, this is tough. I think I'll go with Moynihan.
Oh man, I thought he'd be there. I was waiting him out.
It was either going to be him or Sudeikis.
Kids today, they're always saying, text me, text me, text me. Don't you write a letter, you dummy?
A letter to who?
You can't even say Merry Christmas anymore. You gotta say, hey, baby Jesus, you wanna do Pilates? Or are you on a cleanse? You know what I like about Christmas, though? That sexy green M&M lady. I would have hit that. Come on. You thought about it.
No, I really haven't.
You thought about it.
Also considered Tim Meadows.
What all great picks, but Moynihan.
Yeah.
Another gem.
Yeah. Drunk Uncle, of course. That one sketch where he's like in space. I don't remember, but he's like talking about like his kitty, like his little kitty.
His Snooky.
Oh my god, yes.
Moynihan and Snooky was so great.
I forgot about Snooky.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah, no, I feel better now.
Another kind of Weekend Update warrior. Just like
100%.
if he rolled up his chair, you know you're having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just any sketch you're gonna throw him in, like he's gonna add something really funny. And I just adore him. I think he's so funny. So I feel good.
Yeah, great pick. He good George Lucas as well.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Snooky though. Oh, God.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a good oddball round for you, Kyle Mooney and and Moynihan.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna break the mold here. I'm gonna pick my host.
Wow. Interesting.
I want this host. I'm going with Christopher Walken.
Oh, he was in my top 3 for sure.
So I just because at this point I got 2 more cast members to pick, and honestly, like everybody here is kind of on an equal level for me, so I don't really doesn't phase me much now as far as who's taken. But I got.
Are we sticking with then hosts that have hosted before and not a dream host? Is that a thing?
Well, why don't we do hosts that have hosted before, and then we can add on our dream host because I need more time to think about that one.
Okay, cool.
Walken, Andrew, any feelings?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like the pick in my mind.
Interesting.
I mean, just the number of times he's been on, the sketches that he does, like the weirdness of him, all like nail it. I don't know. Every time he was on, like I remember those episodes specifically, like when he was coming up, I was like, oh, I want to make sure to watch this episode.
Yeah, the obviously Cowbell. I mean, Cowbell's legendary, but the one that there's a couple that I really love. The Continental.
Yeah.
of course, where he's just guiding you. There's one called the Centaur Job Interview. That's pretty incredible. He's just to me, he's the host that, like, if he's on, even if it's terrible, he's good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple great hosts. I'm sure you guys are going to snag some good ones, but yeah. Anyway, Christopher Walken. I wanted to make sure I had him.
Okay.
Sure. Nice. Okay. All right.
You're trying to figure out how to get Tracy Morgan away from me, or what?
Wait, I was gonna say, yeah. We're doing musical acts and hosts in addition, right?
Yeah.
10 cast members. Yeah.
I just want to make sure those I'm not like skipping those.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm gonna take, just to really round out my cast, I'm gonna take David Spade.
Wow.
The Spade Sandler combo.
Yeah.
I love it. And I'm gonna take Horatio Sands.
Yeah. Great pick.
Love him.
Yeah.
Christmas Today or whatever it's
Yep.
called. Love that so much.
Yeah.
He's such a goofball. Every time he appears in something, the Weekend Update thing where he's like drawing the pictures, whatever. He's just such a weirdo. I love it. So yeah.
Yeah. I was watching that Jeffrey sketch today where they're the retail workers and like the high end clothing, and Horatio Sands is the one guy that gets like the brunt of all the jokes. But he's like, "This is a limit. This is a authentic Looney Tunes jacket." Like, his ability. He's great. I adore him.
Yeah. Though have you guys seen, there's like a little bit of scandal going on with him, I think.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Too bad.
He's amazing on the show, but yeah, there's some like maybe not so great stuff going on with him.
The stoner one, like, I don't really find stoner humor that funny, but
I forgot about that sketch. Yeah.
That's him on that sketch particularly.
Yeah. Cool. Good pick.
Yeah.
All right, what am I gonna do here? I'm gonna go with Tim Meadows.
I really try to figure out where to put him on my list, for sure.
I mean, for Dr. Poop alone, but obviously it doesn't hurt to have Ladies Man.
And him on Detroiters too.
Yes.
Okay.
Him and Will Ferrell as the shirtless door-to-door Bible salesman. Like, he was really, really good at playing weirdos but with a straight face.
Yeah.
Like he was like an actor. Like he was an actor. On
Delivery of sarcasm.
Yes.
So good.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an excellent choice.
So Tim Meadows. Okay. That's my 9th pick. Allie?
Well, I'll go ahead and do my update and then my final cast member. I'm a little torn on update. I have 3 really strong people that could all really do well on my cast, but I think I'm gonna go with Amy Poehler.
Yeah, I think that's right.
It was either her or Cecily or Tina Fey.
I forgot Cecily counts as update.
Yeah, she did a good job when she did it. I almost wanted to do Colin Quinn because I just like him, but it would literally only be for Weekend Update.
Yeah.
But I think Amy Poehler is the right choice.
Yes.
She's fantastic on the show. Clearly a comedy legend. Her and Maya Rudolph together is smart.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then my final cast member, just to like branch out the generational, is a brand new cast member and is the only person I go to watch now. And that's Sarah Sherman.
You know, I had a great time tonight.
Me too. We've had 3 incredible dates.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, can I ask you something?
Anything.
Why do you always wear that green ribbon around your neck?
What do you mean?
I've just never seen you without it. Why don't you take it off?
I hoped you wouldn't notice. Look, Alan, I'll show you, but please don't let it affect the way you see me.
Of course not. Come
All right, here we go. There, now you know. There's a little meatball guy on the side of my neck, and every time I take the green ribbon off and expose him to light, he wakes up and sings his little songs. Does that clear things up for you?
Totally. 100%.
Yeah.
She's brilliant.
Andrew, are you familiar with her?
I
Stage name Sarah Squirm.
Yeah,
so good.
She's another like real goofball, you know.
Yeah.
Just
I do like
out there. Yeah, I like her a lot. Boy, I like that idea.
Yeah, I guess
All right, so I like the idea of taking a modern one, but I just
She's like the one person in a long time that since like the departures of like that Sudeikis era,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that Hater era. She's like the one person in a long time that I'm like, I'm watching everything she's in.
Yeah.
So I think that's special.
Nice.
All right. Andrew, what would you do?
I just don't know who you're.
You want me to give you my options? Because Allie doesn't have any more cast members. I think you only have one more.
Okay. What if I want one of them and I
you could
steer you?
No. You could just
wrong
tell me
direction?
and I'll respect it.
All right.
Cecily Strong, Molly Shannon, Vanessa Bayer. Two of them are from Cleveland.
That's
Bayer's so great.
Bayer is so good. Miley Cyrus show, Jacob the Bar Mitzvah Boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she's drives me crazy. Like, she just sort of annoys me. And I want.
I think that's maybe her aesthetic, though. I think like she's
yeah.
supposed to kind of be grating.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But Molly
It's-
Molly Shannon's legendary, and she can team up with anyone.
Yeah.
And Cecily, I think, is sneakily one of the best update guests ever. Girl, you wish you hadn't started a conversation with at a party.
She's also like a Keenan, you know.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. She can do anything. Goober the Clown, Janine Pirro. But you know what? I think I'm gonna go with the legend of Shaker Heights. I'm gonna go with Molly Shannon.
Hello, and welcome once again to Dog Show. I'm Miss Colleen.
And I'm Mr. David Larry.
As usual, I am joined by my delicious friend, Mr. Rocky Balboa. He is dressed as actor Robert Urich in his role of Spencer from his hit show Spencer for Hire.
And I'm, of course, joined by Mr. Bojangles.
Okay. Yeah.
I think team her up with Will Ferrell, team her up with Anna Gasteyer, superstar, NPR host. She can do it all.
Yeah. Yeah, she's great. That's a good pick.
There's a lot of good names here. I mean,
yeah.
For sure. Can we go through some of the, because it's the last cast member pick, right?
Yeah, there's a lot.
So, like, other names I had here that have not been taken. I mean, Daryl Hammond's one of the best impressionists.
Sure, I know.
Cecily, Tina Fey,
yeah,
Al Franken, Bill Murray, Seth Meyers, Jimmy Fallon, Jason Sudeikis, Rob Schneider, Chris Parnell,
Chevy Chase,
Dan Aykroyd. My favorite current cast members, Ego Wodum.
Just going with my own, my own proclivities.
Sure.
I'm gonna go with Rob Schneider.
Wow.
Making copies.
Not Chris Parnell.
I know. He was also in consideration. Rob Schneider's just such a weirdo. I'm going with my gut here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I landed on him. He kind of fits into my scheme I got going here a little bit. So yeah, I don't know. I got to go with him.
John Belushi also.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Of course. Oh my God. Yeah. People are going to think we're on crack. Of course. Belushi. It's just, we're just like, I think we're just a tad young for it. Like, I think we probably didn't take it in quite like others.
Like the whole first classic lineup.
Yeah.
I don't have a personal deep connection with.
Yeah, that's fair. I also I almost wondered, like, should I go back far and get like Jane Curtin or Gilda Radner?
Yeah.
You know, or Dan Aykroyd, but
and they're all great. Like, I love them all. I just, it's like when I think back. Yeah.
I love Bill Murray, but I like him more like post SNL.
Absolutely, I agree with that 100%. But it is weird.
Yeah, for sure. We left some huge names off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get a host, I guess, or music guest.
Yeah. Well, since I have so many host options, I'll just take The Strokes as my musical.
Wow.
Once again, The Strokes!
Yeah, I mean, there's other big names that I thought about picking, but this was like the only one that maybe during our era that I was like actually excited to see. Rarely did I like really care about who the musical guest was, but this was one where I was like, I want to make sure I'm watching this episode. So for me, my personal thing, it's got to be.
Okay. I like it. Yeah, I mean that's true to you. So
I was hoping you'd pick host because I'm really torn between two people.
Oh,
so you could just make the decision for me.
There's one host. There's one host here. I was wondering, former cast members. Do we count them?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I guess, right?
Even if they've already been picked.
Well, that would really throw a
interesting. I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't seem right either, huh?
Because
I mean,
well, you've already picked your host though, Joey. So
no. But can I just say it? Can I?
Yeah.
What I'm thinking here. So I think Norm Macdonald's one of the best hosts the show's ever had, but I picked him.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that eliminates him for you guys.
I think if they've been chosen, you can't pick them.
Okay.
That's right. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I had him as right at the top of my hosts, but when you picked him, I was like, I figured he would never get around to host.
Right. Yeah. One of the best monologues ever given.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just have my band left, and this is an easy pick for me. I need to do justice for this band. I'm picking Rage Against the Machine. So there's a little bit of a history here. Rage Against the Machine are actually banned from Saturday Night Live. They performed Bulls on Parade from the great album Evil Empire. And that show, the host was a billionaire Steve Forbes, who's someone they are like absolutely in every way opposed to. Like their politics don't match Steve Forbes' politics. So the band, right before they started playing Bulls on Parade, hung American flags on their amps upside down. And I guess right before the camera cut to them, stagehands ran on the stage and pulled them off the amps. And they were supposed to play Bullet in the Head next, but the show actually kicked them out. Like, they kicked them out of the studio and didn't let them perform the second song. The bassist, Tim Comerford, burned the American flag, burst into Steve Forbes' dressing room, and threw it at him and his staff.
Nice.
And Tom Morello is quoted as saying, "Saturday Night Live censored Rage, period. And they could not have sucked up to the billionaires more. The thing that's ironic is Saturday Night Live is supposedly this cutting-edge show, but they proved that they're bootlickers to their corporate masters when it comes down to it. They're cowards." So my plan here would be to invite Steve Forbes back at some point and have Rage Against the Machine back. Allow them back onto the stage where they belong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That is annoying. I mean, SNL like presents itself as this like punk sort of show. Yeah. It's like, why?
Yeah.
That is BS.
But also the performance, if you're looking for it, Rage Against the Machine, Bulls on Parade. I mean, Zach just, God, I love them. They're they're just such great energy. And I also want to hear Christopher Walken introduce them. So I'm not going to do that impression, but if one of you want to try it, I feel like everybody can do a Walken, but
yeah, that's fair.
All right.
Okay. That's a good pick. Yeah.
Thanks.
I'll just do my music because nobody was going to pick this person, but I have to pick them because they're my favorite artist of all time, and they played in 1975 or 76. So John Prine.
Oh, wow. There's a backwards old town that I often remember. So many times that my memories are one. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay. Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late and asking. Just to be by the school train is a holiday way.
The world just needs more John Prine.
Sure.
People who don't know, please seek his catalog. And if I could bring him back for one more performance, he died in 2020.
Yeah.
I would, he's just he's so important to everything about the way he's if a Pete and Pete TV episode became a song. Will McRobb describes Pete and Pete as beautiful, strange, funny, and sad, and that's literally everything that John Prine is. And so I admit he's just my favorite of all time, so I couldn't not pick him.
No, I mean that's a great pick. That's a cool pick. I would not have thought of him.
Host is tough. There's two people I'm really, really, really stuck on, and I'm do I pick the person who I think is Jack? I don't know. This is tough. I do also have a lot of ladies on my list now, which I didn't really expect, but I'm kind of glad I did. All right, I'm just gonna go for it. Host is Elon Musk. I'm so kidding.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I'll do Tom Hanks as host. And here's the thing. I do not like Tom Hanks that much, but whenever he is on SNL, I'm blown away by his performances.
Yeah.
So it was either between him or Melissa McCarthy. So I feel good with Tom Hanks.
No, I think that's a great choice.
That's a good pick.
Particularly in the in the 90s and early 2000s, he was just one of the cast, pretty much.
Yeah, and Black Jeopardy is one of my favorite. Him on Black Jeopardy is one of my favorite sketches ever. And also, I mean, David Pumpkins, of course. So yeah, I feel good.
I'm trying to figure out how I don't have a. Oh, you know what? I have another cast member to take because I was counting Norm.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, this is a treat. Okay. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have a very female-heavy cast, and I'm gonna go gonna go with Vanessa Bayer.
Nice. Yeah.
And Cleveland Love, and her kind of uncomfortable humor is exactly what I love.
All right.
Wow.
Nice.
Man, it's weird looking at the list of who's not been picked.
Yeah. Jim.
You know?
Yeah. I've skipped Jim Belushi to pick Vanessa Bayer. So, I mean, I could. It just wouldn't be genuine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't be. I would just be doing it to be like, look, I know SNL history, but I'm not. I'm not passionate about that.
Yeah, and Andrew basically just took the whole 90s cast.
Yeah.
Just gunning for Katana no Terry.
It's 90s with Andy Samberg.
Yes. Yeah, well, that's not bad, honestly. You got your digital shorts with the 90s cast,
Yeah, like some dream scenarios there.
Yeah. So Andrew, do you only have a host?
Yeah.
Don't miss.
Wide open.
Don't miss here.
Don't miss.
Wait, is there somebody
I don't know who
Joey that's he should pick?
I think so. I think there's someone here that's obvious.
Okay, I don't know who you're necessarily thinking of, but to go with my picks and somebody that I just have, like, if this is a dream lineup, then I'm gonna pick Rodney Dangerfield.
Wow.
Wow.
He hosted?
Yeah.
Wow. Great.
Huh.
I want him to be there if I can pick anybody. You know?
Oh my God.
Wanna see
Rodney introducing the Strokes?
Yeah.
Pinch me. Wow, what a pick. I wasn't even aware.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have changed my pick, but that's a really cool pick.
Who did you have in mind, Joey?
I was thinking John Goodman.
I was thinking John Goodman too.
Sure. He was on my
he's
list
so
of
funny.
possibilities.
Yeah. His Linda Tripp.
Yes, Linda Tripp. Yes.
Yeah.
He did the diabetes guy on the horse. What's that guy's name?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, that just made me think too of Will Ferrell as the who's the singer he does, the black hair and the sunglasses. And...
shoot, I'm blanking.
I should have picked Will Ferrell first. I'm so mad at myself for not.
Boy, yeah. There's nothing against Bill Hader.
I love Bill Hader.
Yeah, Bill Hader is amazing.
I think you'd have very few people like judging that you took Bill Hader.
Yeah.
Sure, but knowing that I probably could have got him like third.
Yeah, maybe.
I should have picked Will Ferrell.
Andrew, what do you think about that? Had Will Ferrell been gone, would Bill
Hader have
made... would because I would not have picked him, even though I love him. Would he have made it back?
I think I would have picked him before. There's a very good chance I would have picked him before any of the rest of my.
Okay. I mean, I feel great with my cast, but
let's recap.
Yeah.
Let's recap for people: host, band, and what's your cast?
Sure.
Yeah. Do we do Don Pardo intros?
I leave it to you.
Oh,
I might hang it up at Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm just not sure anybody can ever do better than
that. Yeah, Bill Hader. No. So yeah, my cast includes Bill Hader, Eddie Murphy, Chris Farley, Kate McKinnon, Will Forte, Maya Rudolph, Adie Bryant, Kyle Mooney, Bobby Moynihan, and Sarah Sherman. On the Weekend Update desk is Amy Poehler. Coming in to host is Tom Hanks, and musical guest John Prine.
That's good.
That's a strong show.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
that is a strong show.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about trading Will Forte?
The only person I want on your list is Kristen Wiig, and then the only person I'd want on Andrew's list are Will Ferrell or Andy Samberg. So, if either of you want to suggest a trade,
it could be a three-way trade. Could be a three-way trade here. Andrew, anybody on my list you're salivating over?
I mean, I think the only person that I would really trade for was Norm.
Okay. Yeah, that can't happen.
More than anybody else.
It can't happen.
Kristen, I know it'd be foolish because it'll doom me to losing this draft, I think, but I would do, because I have so many female cast members here, I would do Forte for Wig.
I already have too many female cast members is the problem. Not too many. That's a terrible thing to say. I don't. I have a lot of female cast members, and I mean, Kristen Wiig would be at the top of my list, but I don't know. I Will Forte was like one of the ones that was like, if I can get him early enough, I'm gonna take him.
Sure.
And I just don't think I can make a straight trade for Wiig Forte.
Okay.
So
and I respect it. I respect it. I had to try.
Yeah.
I had to try.
Yeah.
It was that was my one misjudge. Okay. My cast here, we have Kristen Wiig, we have Tracy Morgan, Dana Carvey, Mike Myers, so I got Wayne's World going here. I got Fred Armisen, Rachel Dratch, John Lovitz, Tim Meadows, Molly Shannon. At the update desk, I got Norm. Hosting my show is Christopher Walken with musical guest Rage Against the Machine.
Great show.
Yeah, it's also really good.
It's gonna be gonna be a weird show, but it'll be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be very weird.
Andrew,
I got Phil Hartman, Will Ferrell, Andy Samberg, Kenan Thompson, Chris Kattan, Adam Sandler, Sherry O'Terry, David Spade, Horatio Sands, Rob Schneider, Weekend Update, Kevin Nealon, musical act The Strokes, host Rodney Dangerfield.
I love the host pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your top 5 picks are like pretty flawless.
Yeah.
And not that the bottom 5 are bad. It's just like those top 5 are great. Yeah. Well,
that Hartman Farrell combo was a
happy
deep punch to all of us. I think.
Yeah, those guys hold so much weight. In particular, I really think Farrell is maybe the MVP of the entire thing, but
he could be.
Did we want to talk dream host?
Yeah, I have somebody in mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one lined up.
Allie, who are you thinking?
Matt Berry.
Oh,
wow. Yeah.
I mean, that would be nice.
That would be nice. It seems like a long shot, but you never know. With what we do in the shadows, you never know.
He's getting more and more popular. He's in that new Dickens anthology that they're doing on FX.
Oh, cool.
I think he's gonna blow up after what we do in the shadows, which is so well deserved after IT Crowd, Toast to London,
Dark Place.
Dark Place. And some people even call for him to be the next Bond, which I just
a funny Bond is such a cool idea
with him.
Yeah, well, specifically with him, but like just funny Bond in general.
Yeah. But to me, he's like, a lot of the two things that I've heard that need to happen that I want like more than anything to see now is Matt Berry as Bond. And then someone tweeted that a Batman between Danny McBride and Walton Goggins as Joker, and Danny McBride as Batman is I want it more than anything.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but I think Matt Berry as host of SNL needs to happen immediately.
Yeah,
that would be great.
Yeah,
love it.
But for my host, I'll go with someone I love right now. Former cast member Tim Robinson. I want to see if they would just let him like take over.
Even him or Sam Richardson.
Oh my gosh, both. Detroiters reunion.
Or either one of them hosting alone would be brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both are so wonderful. I just feel like I wonder if SNL is like, oh, whoa, this guy, like maybe we should have let him cut loose a little more or something. But But I think he probably found his voice solo more than part of the machine. So I think, you're right. Sam Richardson or him would make me very happy. What about you, Andrew?
Yeah, I would go with Bruce Campbell.
Ooh.
Wow, what a great pick.
Feels like it's overdue. What the hell?
Wow. Yeah, I would love.
And he's
to
a
see
funny
that.
guy too, so it's like, he'd fit right in, I think.
Wow. Anybody that has never been on the cast but would like they should have been, or like I don't know.
Yeah.
Comes to mind.
Oh, I feel like
I think of Josh Gad.
Oh yeah, he's interesting.
Yeah. He's a total SNL type person.
Joe Latrulio.
Yeah,
I feel like he could have been like pretty weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean any of those guys from
the state.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy that like Jim Carrey. I know he was in Love in Color, but there's a group of guys that felt like you could have slid him right in.
Yeah. You know who like I would have maybe thought was on SNL at some point? John Candy.
Oh yeah.
He just seems like an SNL like
His
a
SCTV
original
stuff is great.
cast. Yeah.
All those Second City people are.
For sure.
They could just be there. Martin Short. I know like Martin Short he's on it a lot, but as a proper cast member, it feels like that was weird that he wasn't. Okay. What a draft. My blood's pumping. I'm invigorated. I love talking SNL. This was fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And definitely caused some heartbreak and some excitement and
wait,
roller coaster.
Wait a second, Ferguson's. So mine was picked. And I'm seriously not trying to be harsh. It's just like the one person I could think of recently where it's like, man, I just like, I know people love the Ferguson thing. People love her, but I don't love her. What about you guys? Who
did you pick again?
McKinnon.
Oh yeah, that seems crazy, but
I get it.
This person's like feels like a true Ferguson in the sense that like she annoys me, but I sort of like her a little bit. Julia Sweeney.
Oh,
she grates on me a little, but I also find myself laughing at her a little. I don't know
that smile.
Yeah.
Every time.
Interesting. Yeah. My Ferguson, and people might be mad at this one, but Leslie Jones.
Oh wow.
I just don't find her funny. Like I just don't find I feel like her character is just yelling. And I just don't find that funny. Like that's not a joke. And then she would constantly mess up lines and timing, and she just kept getting opportunities. I'm like, can we just get somebody better than this?
Okay.
She had such a weird run. Like she was already kind of old when they casted her, and then she kind of just disappeared. Like it felt like a weird anomaly.
I was just so bothered that she kept getting opportunities and did not improve.
Yeah.
So
special shout out though to the Weezer sketch with her and Matt Damon, where they are where she is just a fan of, or wait, no, she's at the table. I think she's the fan of early Weezer, and Matt Damon's a defender of new Weezer. It's such a like weird niche specific sketch, but it's really made me laugh.
Yeah, that's nice. One sketch that I just wanted to mention, like a random thing that has a special place for me, is Toonsis. Recurring sketch, like early 90s. My cousins had a videotape of like all the Toonsis sketches, so I watched them many times over. They're so funny. He's like a driving cat, but he's like a prop. You know,
I know what you're talking about.
And like the punchlines often, like Toonces can drive. He's just not very good.
Yeah, there was a lot of those like little weird, like Mr. Bill.
Yeah.
Jack Handy was one I loved.
Yes, of course. Jeez.
Yeah, Jack Handy. Wow. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think of one sketch that always stood out to me, and it's such a throwaway, but it's called "How Much You Bench." I don't know if you even know what I'm talking about.
I don't think so.
That's true.
It was like Chris Farley and a few other guys, but basically it was these guys sitting in chairs, and it was a talk show, and people would call in, and they're these massive upper body strength guys with the tiniest legs sticking out underneath them. So they were just prop legs. So basically they just skipped leg day, right? But their whole thing was like, well, how much do you bench? And so people would call in and be like, all right, how much do you bench? And then they would it's the dumbest thing ever. But the visual of like all these guys that are super, super buff, but like sitting down and have like stick legs it just killed me. I don't know what about it, but yeah.
That sounds great.
I don't know. It does sound great.
Oh man. Oh, you know what I wanted to mention? Had you guys ever looked at the Rolling Stone definitive ranking of all the cast members?
Yeah.
That list.
I feel like Rolling Stone makes these lists just for clickbait and just to piss off people. I don't think there's anybody that actually takes their job seriously.
I would hope so, because that list is like on crack. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, Norm Macdonald is like near the bottom.
Yeah.
And there's people that are in the top 50 where I'm like, I've never heard of this person.
Yeah. Or they were on for such a short time.
Right.
Yeah.
Made no impact.
I've just assumed this whole time that Rob Sheffield, the guy who wrote the list, I believe, has like some personal grudge against Norm or something.
Yeah.
There's just no excuse for like these one season 80s characters to go before him.
Yeah. Well, he put Kevin Nealon too, like right below Norm. So I don't know if he has an update problem or. But yeah, that list is really bad.
They just came out with a new one too that really pissed people off. I don't remember what it was specifically, but it was egregious for sure.
Oh, you know who I wanted to shout out? I do think currently Michael Che is like a great update guy.
Sure.
He's really dry and really flat, but I don't know. I think he works for me as kind of like that old school Nealon Norm delivery type thing.
Yeah. I will say Bowen Yang is pretty good too.
Bowen's great
on the new cast.
Yeah, the Titanic iceberg is I think like an instant kind of update classic. Yeah, Bowen's great. Cool. Well, Allie, great idea on this.
Yeah.
This was a journey, but honestly, probably one of my favorite episodes to do. I love doing this.
Yeah, I had a blast. Thanks for humoring me on this. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you feel good. You can walk away.
It's weird because I don't feel great about my list, but I also like will stand behind it. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Andrew, what are we doing next?
Next time we're talking the seminal 90s film Snow Day, or maybe early aughts. I can't remember now what year it came out.
2000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Starting off the millennium with
a bang. Yeah, speaking of Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Man, his Gerald Ford was terrible. Just terrible. Yeah, Snow Day will be a bunch of fun. That was a request from our buddy Clayton. So he'll join us on that one. So that should be good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. In the meantime, well, yeah, I'm gonna quit this spiel on Patreon. The people who are on Patreon know how to find us. You know what I mean? Like it's you guys are like you can't get any more information than being on Patreon. So we really appreciate every single one of you. Special shout out to Sean, Nikki, Samantha, Mark, Nick, Alyssa, Scott, Justin, Leah, Mort, John, Tim, Lacey, Colin, Joshua, Damien, Evelyn, Katie, Ghosty, Bup, Honest Abe, Vincenzo, Chris, Sid, Marlena, Tony, Jennifer, Jason, Bob, Shelby, Brian, Brad, Kevin, Jordan, Vaughn, Brooks, Katie, Tara, Kev, Ted, Tim, Clayton, and of course, Allie, you. You guys supporting us on Patreon is just like so incredible. And it really has like reinvigorated me. I like doing an episode like this is like, I get to like talk about other interests and things that I'm oddly obsessed with. Like it's such a cool outlet. So we appreciate you guys. Love you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's made it like much more feasible to keep doing work and all that.
Yeah. As a listener too, I appreciate it. You know, one, getting the opportunity to do some non-Nick stuff with y'all, and then you know, hearing other people who are passionate about, you know, these things get the opportunity to be up and do something fun, and I think it's great. So
well, we appreciate you, Allie, and we can't wait to talk to you again as always.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you should leave season 3.
Book it. Sorry, Patreons, if you don't like I Think You Should Leave, but I'm like obsessed.
Yeah, I'm salivating. I'm taking the day off work. I don't know what day it's going to be.
I mean, when the teaser drops, I feel like I'll take the day off work just so I can. I have the second season teaser like memorized.
I don't dislike it.
Andrew. You never seem to like hate it when it's on.
No, I said I don't dislike it.
In the words of Sam Richardson, shut up.
Shut up, Tim.
Yeah, I'll mark it, like really give it a better.
But you love Detroiters, right? Yeah. So maybe at some point we do a little Detroiters ranking or something.
Oh,
100%
sure.
be a part of that too.
Yeah.
I love Detroiters.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
Well,
so fun. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you again. This was great. And we hope we'll see all you Dreamcast members next
down the boulevard, looking for the heart of Saturday night. Is it the crack of the pool balls, neon buzzing, telephones ringing at your second cousin, and the barmaid is smiling in the corner of her eye, the magic of the melancholy tearing your eye makes it kind of special down in the core, and you're dreaming of them Saturdays that came before it's found you stumbling onto the heart of Saturday night, and you're stumbling onto the heart of Saturday night. WART Ward Radio, Wellsville.
I see. Okay. Next.
Go ahead. I'm leaving this all in.
Okay. Oh, good. Great. So next time we're gonna talk. One of I don't even know what.
Wait, are you doing this? This isn't for the main feed. So who's this next one for?
Yeah. Okay, so let's try it. Take 3. Ready?
What is so? I'm not sure what's happening. Right
I'm not sure either because Andrew's done picking.
Oh, I thought you guys said he had another one.
I mean, just
and here's another one. Nassim Pedrad.
Oh yeah, he's great.
She's great.
Or she. I'm so sorry. Hold on one second. My dog is eagerly wanting out of this room. Hold on.
All right, 2, 3, 4. Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it. Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it. Basketball, gimme the ball
That's how you do it, Davey.
That was just getting hot.
You are in such good voice today, buddy.
Thank you, brother.
Wow.